Today we are problem solving with multiplying and dividing decimals. Today as we move forward, it's important to remember to think about what the question is asking. Actually draw a picture if you need to. Okay, let's do a couple of problems together and then I will let you work on your problem solving pages in your packet. Julissa bought 4/5 pound of lobster. If lobster costs $15 per pound, how much did Julissa spend? Okay, so let's take a look at what this question is asking us. She bought 4/5 pound of lobster and the total lobster cost $15 per pound. Okay, so I see a couple of key words. I see a fraction with the word of after it, 4/5 pound of lobster. So I know I need to figure out what 4/5 of the pound of lobster is. So we can see that the lobster is $15 per pound. So I need to figure out what 4/5 of 15 is. So 4/5 of 15 is the same as multiplying 4/5 times 15. And if I solve this, I know this is going to be over 1 and I can multiply straight across. 4 times 15 is 60 and 5 times 1 is 5. Now I have an improper fraction. When I divide those, I know that that goes in there one time, with 1 left over, and then 5 goes into 10 two times, so $12. So 4/5 pound of lobster. Now, if for some reason you're stuck on this question, you're like, gosh, I don't know if I need to multiply or divide. A couple of things you could look at is we see 4/5 of lobster, so that gives me a clue that I need to multiply. Okay. And another thing is I could just figure out, well, if 4/5, I need to figure out 4/5 of 15 is I know that I could divide 15 into 5 parts and then take what? Take 4 of those parts. So I know that I could take 15 and I divide it into 4 parts. And how much is going to be, I'm sorry, in 5 parts. How much is going to be in each part? $3. This is just an extra visual for you. And so 1/5 of a lobster costs $3. 2/5 would cost $6. 3/5 would cost $9. And 4/5 would cost $12. Okay, let's do another one together. Madeline has a crock pot that holds 12 pints of soup. She puts the soup into 1/3 pint bowls. How many bowls can Madeline fill? Okay, pause the video while you take a moment to think about what she's doing here. Is she going to multiply? Is she dividing? Even adding or subtracting? Okay, to help me figure it out, sometimes I have to draw, just even if it's a silly little picture. Okay, so I know she's got a crock pot, right? And it's got 12 pints in it. 12 pints. And what is it that she's wanting to do? She's wanting to take this 12 pints of soup and put it into 1/3 pint bowls. So she's going to take some out and she's going to put it in a bowl that holds 1/3 of a pint, right? How many bowls can she fill? So you want to see how many times she can do that. So if she's starting with 12 pints and putting 1/3 in each bowl, that tells me that I have 12 pints and I'm going to be dividing it out into 1/3 portions. And then I want to see how many bowls I can do with that. All right, so I learned yesterday that division of fractions means KFC. I keep my first fraction, which is 12 over 1. I flip my second fraction, which is 3 over 1, and then I change it to multiplication. 12 times 3 is 36, and 1 times 1 is 1, which tells me the answer is 36 wholes. And in my question, it says how many bowls can Madeline fill? So this is bowls when I label my answer. Today when you're doing your assignment, it's important you label your answer. Let's do another. Joshua invited 30 friends to a party. If 8/15 of them showed up, how many friends showed up? So I'm going to take a look at the words that I have. I know I have 30 friends, and 8/15 of them showed up. Ooh, I see a fraction followed by the word of. It's a good chance I'm multiplying here. 8/15 of 30. Okay, so that means that I'm multiplying. So I'm multiplying 8/15 times 30. That means I'm dividing this 30 friends into 15 groups, and then I want to take 8 of those groups. So I multiply straight across. 8 times 30 is 240. 15 times 1 is 15. And then I've got to do a little division problem out here to figure out what 240 divided by 15 is. And 15 goes into 96 times. So 16 of those friends showed up. 16 friends. Whoops. Now some of you might have realized that so this is here, I'm just going to give you a little extra here, okay? Just a little extra. So that's my answer. I've already found my answer. But if you need help understanding it more, go back to what we've decided. We decided there were 30 friends and we want to divide them into 15 groups. Well, 30 divided by 15 here, I'll put this out here like this. 30 divided into 15 groups is going to be 2, right? So there's going to be 2 in each of those groups. And I need 8 of those groups, so 2 times 8 is 16. That's just another way to look at it. Okay? Now, if you feel comfortable doing this problem solving, you can stop the video right now and go ahead and move to your assignment, because your assignment's going to be set up just like these problems here. If you want to follow along to do a couple of more with me, I'm okay with that. So if you want to stop the video and start your assignment, if you want a little bit more help or review, then I'm going to do another problem. At the end of the party, there was half of a pizza left. 6 friends decided to share the leftover pizza equally. What fraction of the whole pizza did each friend have? Okay, so I'm just going to draw my silly little picture. I know I'm starting with half a pizza. And they're splitting that pizza between 6 friends. So you can draw a picture. So 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that means this is also split into 6 pieces. It's a terrible picture. Okay, so I know they're starting with half a pizza and they're splitting that between 6 friends. I can keep it, flip it, change it. Now I can keep it, I can flip it, and I can change it. 1/12. What fraction of the whole pizza did each friend have? Well, I can see that this piece is 1/12 of the whole. Okay, I'll do one more if you're hanging out with me still. Chris collects baseball cards. His goal is to collect 175 cards. If Chris has reached 8/25 of his goal, how many cards has he collected so far? So we have 175 cards, and he has reached 8/25 of his goal. Ooh, I see a fraction with the word of following right after it. That tells me I am multiplying. 8/25 of 175. Now we could multiply 8/25 of 175. Okay, we can multiply. Or I could think about it in terms of groups. I have 175 cards, and I want to put them into groups of 25. So how many groups can I make? 7 groups, right? 7 groups. And I want 8 of those groups. So if there's 7 in each group and I take 8 of those groups, that's 56 cards. If you're not following that, just multiply. You can do a little bit of extra work, but 175 times 8. You'll have to work it out to the side. I get 1,400, and 25 times 1 is 25. So now I've got to work a little division problem. Whoops, that's a little sloppy. And I know this goes in there. Oops, done something wrong here. Let's figure out what I've done wrong. Oh, no, I'm right. I'm good. And 25 into 150 goes 6 times with no remainders. 56 right there. Okay, so get started on your assignment.